how do people deal with, let's say, their mental health? Actually, it's mental, because you said you had a friend who, back in class 4, she was dealing with.
She was depressed.
Yeah, and now she's telling you now.
Stress is pretty much a reaction of your body to a circumstance. So there's good stress and there's bad stress. Now the good stress is the one where, you woke up and came here. That come energy, that come feel, that oomph you got to get up and show up. Yeah. That's eustress. Okay? Then there's this one where you're thinking, oh my God, that argument I had, ningesema hivi. Ningefanya hivi instead.
Especially, let's talk about argument. Argument ndo unajiambia and then later on, 5 hours later, you're like, I would have said that point.
I was very right. Like ningemaliza na hiyo.
Kuna vitu ndairudisha. Yeah.
Thinking, that's what we call acute stress.
Okay.
So that one you will notice.
So cute.
Acute stress. Yeah. So now that one is where you will notice it because it's new. You're thinking about this argument.
Yeah.
Now when it becomes a problem is when now you overdo it. So that's when you'll start experiencing anger, irritability, anxiety, depression. Okay. And if it goes on further, you see now this is something new. If it goes on further, it becomes a disorder.
Wow.
It becomes a disorder, and now you need treatment. Whether therapy or medical, you will need it. Okay? Yeah. Then there's something we call episodic acute stress. Now imagine you had that argument, then you went, crashed your car, ukagonga mtu. Ukagonga mtu. Sa hiyo si ni kulipa stories insurance. Then you got into work late.
Yeah.
Your boss is on your case.
Yeah.
You missed a deadline.
Yeah.
You see now this is not just one episode. It's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Now assuming you have a lot of these situations, a lot of these occurrences. Today you argue with Bay, Kesho, your kid is sick. The other day, you have flu. So now that one, we call it episodic acute stress. Because now now your life is in crisis.
Yeah.
Now this one usually bothers 2 personality types, one of which I feel uko hapo. Type A.
Yeah.
Type A are the go-getters.
Yeah.
Now these ones are very competitive. I think you are. You're very competitive, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which means if you're not on top of your game, you're not okay.
Yeah, I am not.
You are not okay. If your makeup is not on flick, you will snap.
Yeah.
If your dressing is not on flick.
Wow, guys, I feel like I'm transparent over here.
Yeah, if something is not happening on the time that you want it to, you're not okay. You will not go like, people are human beings, people, not everyone is the same. You feel like everyone should be at your level, like thinking like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Type A, you will be stressed. You can very easily get episodic acute stress because one, not everyone is like you. Not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone is as competitive as you. So you'll find one person being slow, another person just being boring, another person just being ignorant, and you'll be like, you constantly feel that. No, you put yourself at risk of coronary diseases, heart disease. You had me ask you whether you've had your blood pressure checked.
Yeah. Yes, I'm okay.
Yeah, because type A personality types, they're very competitive and they have to be always on their A game. So it becomes problematic because not everyone is on their A game. Not everyone is as competitive or even cares or bothers. So yeah. So you might get stomach gut problems, heartburn, acid stomach. Am I attacking you? Flatulence. Every time you're bloated, you feel bloated. Diarrhea, constipation. No, I'm not saying this is happening to you, but I'm saying it could happen to you if you don't check yourself. Okay. If you don't check yourself. So that's why now I'll talk about stress management. So now I'm telling you about the types of stress so that you know where maybe you fall and then you know how to manage it from there. Now, the other type is the warrior. Oh my God, this one is always worried. School fees imelipo on time. Nitauza nini? Will I get enough money on this? You're always constantly worried about something. You see now why you're competitive. Now this person is always worried. Will I get shouted at? Will I do well? Will I perform well? Now, when there are a lot of crises and chaos and you're constantly dealing with that, that becomes episodic acute stress. Okay? So irritability, this is where you find, I'm going to give you an example. I was at Geshagi. You know these cat people, mkokoteni, those small trolleys. You know how rough they are. Yeah. You know how their life is rough already. Yeah. So those ones are what I will call having chronic stress. So these people don't care. They will just roll that trolley over you or whatever is on their way. So I had a bag of fruits. There was so much space for him to maneuver, but he decided to maneuver on my leg. So I immediately swung my bag of fruits at him. Can you imagine how reckless that is? I mean, if he turned on me, look at me, I'm little, he will beat me up. I didn't think about that. I didn't think, okay, this person has it rough already. Yana jaribu 20 bob nyatapata na mi hapo, you know, I'm getting angry. He's rolled his trolley over. Yeah. So I immediately swung my bag of fruits and I was like, who does he think he is? Hatazoea watu. And now when I thought about it later, I was like, I was at the market. The probability it happens. Turning on me and people at his level of thinking, turning on me and letting it out on me. Well, like this. Yeah. But you know what I was thinking? I hope mango zangu azija bondeka. Imagine.